Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be doing an Armada 600 build. What's Armada 600? Well, it's just playing Armada with a 600 point fleet limit instead of a 400 point fleet limit, and that does a couple of interesting things. If you guys are new here to the channel, we're giving away a lightsaber right now. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. More details on Crabbok.com. Also, while I have your attention, let's check out the links in the description below. I'd love to have you join our Discord, talk with the community a little bit, follow me on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you're interested in supporting the channel and becoming a patron as well, we have links for Patreon down there. Also, patrons, look for some new giveaways this coming week, so stay tuned for that. Also, we're going to be talking about Armada 600 format as well as a build, because I'm going to be doing a build. But what does a 600 point format mean for Armada? Well, we are entering probably a year of no news. 2022 is probably not going to have any Armada updates. I don't really anticipate it, if we get anything else from AMG, it probably won't be until 2023. That's kind of my guess. And so I decided a while back that I kind of wanted to experiment with some different things using the same stuff we all have. Instead of coming up with homebrew expansions and new rules, there's still a lot of content out there. But wouldn't it be cool if things started to get stale a little bit, to start just kicking up the points a little bit? So what I want to do is I want to focus every once in a while on 600 point builds, because I think in 2022 it'd be really fun to have a couple of 600 point tournaments and kind of sprinkle the 600 point format into the 400 point format a little bit, and so this way you don't get too used to like the same old builds. You can add to it, and 600 points does a lot of really cool things. First off, this changes the number of squadrons that you can build. So now instead of 134 points of squadrons, you can have up to 200 points of squadrons, and that is pretty cool. So it gives you some new options. Also, it raises the ace limit. The ace limit, which is being, 4 aces, unique squadrons with defense tokens, but in a 400 point game, well, that's per 100 points. So if you're playing a 600 point game, you can have up to 6 aces. And so that's also kind of cool. And of course, it does a lot of other things, like it allows you to have some new types of builds that you maybe couldn't have done before. I put a Star Destroyer up here because I remember very early on trying to run triple Star Destroyer at 400 points, and that just wasn't really working. Granted, it does work, but you don't have enough points to really fill out the fleet. So now all of a sudden at 600 points, you might be able to really think about triple Star Destroyer, or even quad Star Destroyer. I don't know about that, but definitely you can do some really cool, more thematic options and have a wider variety of builds and ship synergies and a lot of other cool stuffs. And while 600 points isn't exactly the point limit that the game is play tested and balanced at, it's not so far off that it makes objectives completely pointless. It's just there to change up the game a little bit, while still keeping the 400 point format as the standard. So that's something I'm going to be exploring a little bit more, periodically. It won't be my main focus for Armada, but it's something I kind of want to dive into a little bit more, because I think 600 points is a sweet spot for having a little bit bigger battles and keeping the fun up there without it taking all day. Because if you get into like 1,000 and 2,000 point battles, then you're looking at really, really, really long games. And maybe not everybody's kind of equipped to be on their feet for like 7 hours over a 2,000 point game of Armada. So with all that being said, I want to jump into a build using the 600 point rules, and this is going to be a surprising build for you guys. If you guys seen the thumbnail already, you know it's going to be an SSD focused build. And another thing that's kind of cool about the 600 point limit is that we have a whole new kind of series of ship available to us, and that's the more expensive Executor Star Dreadnoughts. We had the prototypes and the Assault prototype, but now we have the Executor 1 and the Executor 2. And this gives us a lot of really cool options that we didn't have before. And so I'm going to kind of go all in, and it's going to be an Executor 2, and this is going to be a single ship build. I know what you're thinking. Wait a second. Crazy head, what are you doing? You've got 600 points. Why are you doing a single ship build? You don't even do that with 400 points. And I know, but it's gonna be fun. We're gonna try some really fun, because hey, the goal is to have fun. I think and this would be a really quick potential, a build that can do a really quick game too. So Like most Star Destroyers, I'm going to start off with Jerjerrod as my commander for most Super Star Destroyer builds. But I mean, just look at the dice. Look at the dice on this thing, right? We've got 5 red in the front, 5 blue in the front, 4 red on the sides, 3 red on the auxiliaries, and 2 red in the back. You got 4 dice in the rear. You got 3 anti-squadron, rainbow anti-squadron, 33 hull, 4 commands, 6 squadron, 5 engineering. And loads of defense, or just different things that you can put onto this thing. So there's so much. So I'm gonna kind of just go down the line on everything that I kind of want to put on this thing, and we'll kind of go from there. First off is gonna be Agent Callus. In case we go up against a lot of squadrons. Look, we've got the red dice range. We've got a big squadron attack. Let's make it even bigger. That'll be fun. And again, I'm only 1 ship. So, I need to make every shot count. In fear of squadrons, I am going to go with Emperor Palpatine in this case. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One big reason is I'm going to be putting salvo on here. And so I think it's going to make my salvos potentially a little bit better. I don't want to put Ozzel on there because Ozzel works great with Moff Jerjerrod. And he's just really important. But since we have a 4th officer slot here, I'm going to put the engineering captain on this ship. The engineering captain is one of my favorite officers for a Super Star Destroyer, and I know a lot of people also like the damage control, but let me find engineering captain. Before you reveal a command, you may change it to an engineering command. This is just great insurance for a 4-dial ship, great protection against any type of dial shenanigans. I can always revert back to engineering, and with 5 engineering, a command and a token is going to net me 8 points. So that's just an extreme value for a token on a Super Star Destroyer. So I really like it. All right, I don't think I'm going to be using any fleet command, so I'm going to skip over that one. But for weapons team, I'm not going to put gunnery team on here. I know it's like I'm just not going to do it. It sounds crazy, but I'm not going to do it because I want to have local fire control. I want to do that. I don't think my opponent's going to have too many ships in my front arc. Anyway, I'm going to be trying to turn. I mean, because even if I double arc, I'm going to be doing great there. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to put quad laser turrets on this thing. So hey, you know what? Squadrons. Again, I am worried about squadrons. I think with 600 points, there's going to be a lot of people that bring a lot of squadrons because I think this thing can start eating ships. At least 1 ship every turn, and with 33 hull, you're gonna have to table me. You're gonna have to do 33 points of damage to this thing, and so squadrons are the ones that I'm gonna have a hard time with. So I want to be able to bring them down, and that's the counter one with Callus is also gonna be really good. So I think that's an important thing as well. I'm gonna do flak guns on this thing. Now that's it is going to change my rainbow dice to 3 black, but that's a lot of dice to throw at squadrons that are trying to get in my face. And if they want to stay out of range, no problem. You weren't doing any good out of range anyway. Callus is going to let me add another one in there, so I can potentially add whatever else I want. If I want to add a red, I can certainly do that. We're going to go ahead and skip to turbo lasers at this point. I'm going to add linked turbo lasers because that's great for just about everything. It also helps me with the squadrons if I need to, and it gives me rerolls if I'm doing the Callus thing. And we're going to also add the DBY-827 heavy turbo lasers. So when I get that salvo, the salvo is going to be just incredibly strong here. I'm going to be rolling at least 3 dice again, well, for every salvo. Preferably 4 for anybody who's closer than long range, and of course I get a free crit thrown into that. So just really cool. And I got a reroll for the linked turbo lasers, and they've already spent a defense token because I've got Palpatine on there. So that's kind of the idea there, and I think it'll be fun. I don't necessarily think this is going to win a 600-point world championship, but I think it'll be really fun. And that's kind of what I'm going for. Now, we are going to have some other weaponry in this build, but it's not going to be other ships. We're going to go with all squadrons for the rest. And so one of the cool things that I'm going to be doing here is I kind of want to do a little bit of Empire Strikes Back. So I want to go with a lot of bounty hunters. I'm going to start off with IG-88B. He is going to be there to also deal with a big anti-squadron presence. I need an escort. I want an escort to potentially keep him alive a little bit longer. And so I think I'm going to go with Zyrtec Strom there. He's a decent little escort, and he can also put damage on somebody else. And that's pretty cool because then I'm going to put Bosk in here with him also, who can, if he gets that one damage on him, all of a sudden he turns into a powerhouse. So, and people usually don't want to shoot Bosk. So now I can kind of force you to shoot Zyrtec and put that one damage over to Bosk. Just kind of works out pretty well. I'm also going to put Boba Fett in here. Yeah, that's 4 aces already, but no, we're not done yet. We're not done. Boba Fett's just, you know, he's fun and he's cool and you know, his ability is sometimes great but sometimes not, but I love it and it's fun. I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to put deadly and by the way, he's one of those only blue-black bombers available. So you know, the Empire doesn't have an abundance of blue-black bombers. I think he might be even the only one who's running blue-black. So that's, you know, and is also bomber. You know, you've got Gar Saxon there with the blue-black, but not bomber. Try to say blue-black bomber to like 10 times fast. I don't think you can do it. All right, so we're gonna add a couple more. I'm gonna add Tel Trevura here. He also can potentially have escort, and he's also pretty hard to kill. It also gives me a jump master in there. I kind of didn't want to put Dengar in for this one. And our last one is going to be Morna Key because I love me some decimators, and Morna Key is also a little bit fun. She can re-roll her dice, or she can get that brace back over and over again, and she's got counter built in. She's there. And by the way, these are outside of Zyrtec Strom. These are all rogues, so I don't have to worry about a lot of different commands. I don't have to worry about Nav because I got Jerjerrod. I don't have to worry about engineering because I got the engineering captain. I don't have to worry about squadron because I've got a bunch of rogues. So I'm free to concentrate fire if I want. Now I'm at 599 points at this point, so I'm not going to put any titles on here. I certainly could do that as well. There's a lot of things you could do. You could certainly drop a squadron or you know, downgrade a single squadron to like a generic and then have a lot of points freed up. But this seemed like a real fun build for me. That you'd never be able to do something like this in a 400-point game. For one reason, this ship is not available in the 400-point spectrum. And for another reason, you can't have 6 aces in the 400-point spectrum. So I thought this would just be a good, fun, silly, but, you know, potentially awesome and terrible at the same time. Like Sharknado the list. So, you know... something like that. So I just thought this would be a really fun list to, you know, to kind of break into the 600-point format and kind of reintroduce it, I guess. I mean, there's always been games at higher point limits for funsies and stuff like that, but I just thought it'd be a good kind of say, hey, let's talk a little bit more about 600 points as a format. What kind of lists would you guys do, and like, what new doors would that open for you? I'd love to hear about it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let me put up the... oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, it's not. It's not. I got to add my objectives, too. All right. So, advanced gunnery, obviously. All right, I don't have gunnery teams on the SSD. No way somebody's going to pick advanced gunnery, right? Almost no way, right? So that just means, okay, they're definitely going to go with yellow or blue. And so for blue, I'm going to go with dangerous territory. I think this is a really, really good one for me because having such a big ship, I don't have to worry about running over obstacles, so I can just move however I want, and that's going to be awesome. So I like dangerous territory for that. It gives me a pretty big advantage beyond just the fact that we're at a higher point means that those victory points mean a little bit less. You know, but what matters a lot more to me is not having to worry about overlapping obstacles. So I think that's really, really cool. And then for yellow, this is going to sound like a little bit of a cop-out, but I'm going to go with Capture the VIP. The great thing about Capture the VIP in here is that I'm going to get those 50 points. You're not going to get them. You have to blow up my SSD to get them, and if you do that, you've won. So... you know, it's like, I think these are great objectives for this list. You know, I think most opponents would go with dangerous territory because it's probably the least hurtful. And they can get a little bit of points that way. You know, because I'm so big, I can get the VIP first turn, guaranteed. You know, and you're not going to be able to get it. There's no way that you can get it outside of just killing me. And the whole idea is like, if you can kill me, you've already won. But so like it's just a fun list. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check the links in the description below. I'd love to have you in the Discord and on social media and all that other stuff. I want to thank my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this channel possible. So thank you for your continued support. Always remember, if you are wielding a Super Star Destroyer as a short sword at the Medieval Fair or Renaissance Fair, be sure to also bring a buckler, because you probably don't want to block with that thing. You probably just want to use it to attack, never for defense, because somebody would smash it and then you'd be like, I just really used the wrong prop to be a short sword. Just on second thought, don't even use it as a short sword, even though it's big enough to be a short. Don't even do that. Just have a good time. Just enjoy your holiday time and be thankful for the Star Destroyers that you have.